Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and yeah, this will be a review for Volume 3. Yeah, Volume 3 of RWBY. So basically, my thoughts on, well, it was nice seeing Adam again, for one, because again, I am an Adam fan, don't get me wrong. But after his appearance in Volume 3, things go downhill. And of course, with the tournament and the fight, as interesting as those are, I think the tournament fights have been way overdone. And ugh, yeah, there isn't really much else to say about that, other than the fact that, well, there isn't much to really say aside from as interesting the as the fights in the tournament were. I was also disinterested in those, strangely enough. I mean, they were basically, fighting their own teammates. I mean, the same people who were pretty much going to be, the same people who were pretty much going to be helping them defend Beacon by the end. But at the same time, yeah, from the whole Vital Festival of fight, from the whole Vital Festival group of fights to basically Cinder versus Pyrrha, that was rather, er, this was rather intense. Something I could have probably mirrored with my own series, as it would have. As with my series, however, it was originally going to just ease into darkness by season 3. Similar to this, but with everything going completely off the rails by the end. However, with my series starting out with the first half of the origins basically being light, being much lighter than it gets in the second half. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't read my origin story for my book series. Yeah, it gets dark in the second half. But honestly, with RWBY, however, who would have thought that after Monty's untimely death, that everything would just go downhill? And also, the original plan that Monty had, apparently, according to some sources, would be that he was going to pretty much of Blake and Yang, respectively, fight Adam. I mean, not like a curb stomp battle type thing, not like a curb stomp battle like we got. Rather, that was just kind of lazy. And sure, I would understand, considering the fact that Yang's aura was down after fighting so many White Fang members. And yeah, apparently there was more that would have been going on. Like, for example, Pyrrha, according to Monty, Pyrrha was originally supposed to die a different way than she did. But since Monty's gone, basically, Miles and Carrie have pretty much taken the reins of that whole thing and switched it up. While just recycling the original Blake and Yang versus Adam fight for like 3 volumes later. Yeah, I'll get to that when I get to volume 6. And believe it or not, there wasn't really much else to say in regard to like what Adam. Oh wait, there's one thing I'd like to bring up about Adam in particular from volume 3. Now, like for example, while his words are saying he doesn't want Blake to die, his actions say another. Like for example, how he nearly cut off Blake's head with his sword, Wilt. Basically, he was contradicting himself in that regard with the whole with the whole you'll suffer for your betrayal thing. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words on that, though. I mean, of course, Beacon falls at the end of Volume 3, which is pretty damn depressing. And of course, when my friend actually decided to watch RWBY, she was disappointed. She was a bit irritable after what happened in Volume 3. But hey, who could blame her, really? To be honest, I of course still liked Volume 3, but I was honestly hoping for the heroes to win at least once. Who would have thought that after the villains actually won in Volume 3, that the heroes would never lose again? Yeah, that's pretty lazy writing if you ask me. I mean, the fact that basically you turned your main antagonists into joke characters. So, yeah, if they're no longer threatening, why are they even in the story at all? I mean, that's just me, of course. With the whole thing about Cinder actually getting crippled by RWBY unleashing her silver eyes. Pretty much that came as a bit of a shock to me when I first watched it. I first binge watched the first 4 seasons of RWBY, then watched volumes 5, 6, and currently all of 7 as they were coming out. And yeah, my friend introduced me to RWBY, so yeah, there's that. Then there's also the fact that Cinder apparently lost an eye and an arm, which we never saw on screen after being confronted by RWBY a second time. Only the second time that they confronted each other, it was in Volume 3, and yeah, they pretty much never fought, even though I would have expected them to fight at some point. Like, not so much the fact that, well, not so much like Volume 2, where it was just like a brief scuffle, and then Cinder disappears, leaving RWBY alone with Ironwood. But at the same time, the best part about Volume 3, however, was how everyone, including the staff and teachers, were pretty much pitching in to help win the fight. I'm sure it was also pretty dark and depressing, though. I mean, like, with some parts, but at the same time, apparently Pyrrhonikas was written to die. And yeah, not much else to say there, other than that's pretty shocking in itself, the way she dies. I mean, I do feel bad for the character. I really do. Especially when you take into account, well, 4 volumes later, a certain someone returns, and Pyrrha basically dies for nothing, for one, and she dies thinking she killed someone. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention, Pyrrha Nikos basically, tears apart Penny by accident. Yeah, Emerald basically tricked Pyrrha into killing Penny, a robot that's capable of generating an aura, which more will be revealed about that later, like when I get to Volume 7, the current volume. But I'm probably just gonna wait for Volume 7 to conclude before I start talking about that one. Yeah, plus that's going to be a lot to cover. And with that in mind, I guess please be sure to give this a like if you enjoyed it, comment down below, and let me know what you think, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. As always, doing so will help the dying channel out. And, yeah. Leave your questions in the comment section down below. Once I get enough questions, I can do the video. And I can do the Q&A video once I get enough questions, so leave them in the comment section. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. Have yourselves a good one. As always, no matter what time you're watching these videos, have a good day, afternoon, evening, or night, or whatever time you're watching these. I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video.